everyone, it's Nick here with Nick's Hard Rock CD album review. I hope everyone's well. The album we're going to look at today is by the band Dangerous Toys. Now they're an American band and this is their debut album they released in 1989. I'll just read the tracks for you. We've got Teasing and Pleasing, Scared, Bones in the Gutter, Take Me Drunk, Feels Like a Hammer, Sportin' a Woody, Queen of the Nile, Outlaw, Here Comes Trouble, 10 Boots Stomping, and That Dog. I'll just introduce, there's a picture of the band there. I'll just introduce the band while we've got them. Okay. There, so I don't really know the band members that well. I don't really, there we got Mike Watson on the bass, Mark Geary on the drums, Scott Dalmova, the guitar. There we've got Jason McMaster, lead vocals, and up there we've got Danny Aaron, guitar. Now with Danny Aaron, even though he's pictured here, he didn't actually play the guitar on this album. I don't know why. So all the guitar was done by Scott there. Where is he? Scott, yeah. So he did all the guitar work on this album. They released 2 singles off this album called Teasing and Pleasing and Scared. Now, I should actually mention the song Scared was actually a tribute to Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper, the famous rock, rock, you want to call him heavy metal, hard rock solo artist. So it's a tribute to him. And this album reached number 65 on the American charts, which is, not bad at all for a debut album. It's got a little bit of a scary picture of well, if you're scared of a clown there, a mean-looking, evil-looking clown. There we go. Yeah, so 65 on the charts, not bad. And as I said, it was released in 1989, but by 1994 it was certified gold, so 500,000 copies sold. So it took a bit of time to sell, but it eventually got there. So now look, in regards to the sound of Dangerous Toys, it's a hard rock with a bit of southern rock thrown into it. Now the guys are from Texas, so of course it's going to have that southern type feel to it. Now they were actually put into the glam rock category as well, but I don't think they really fit that category too well. Okay, some of their songs might be classed as glam rock, but their image certainly isn't. I know they've got the long hair, but compared to other glam hard rock bands like Poison and Warrant and even early Motley Crue, that they weren't like that, I don't think. But look, this album is not to be taken seriously. It's just a fun, enjoyable album. A bit over half an hour long, so it's nothing long-winded. It's got some catchy songs. This is another album I took a gamble with. I'd heard of the band, but I never actually heard any of their songs, and I bought this. And look, it did take me a little bit of time to get into, but it does grow on you, this album. I must admit, it really does. And what really stands out, he's a good lead singer. He's got that sort of Texas feel to his voice. But another thing that stood out with this album is a bass player. Bass player there, Mike Watson. He's got the bass sound is really, you can really hear it really well, and he's a very good bass player. I must admit, I was blown away actually. And some of the songs, even though it's hard rock, southern rock type feel, some of the bass has got a bit of a funky vibe to it. It's quite interesting, but it fits in well. It really does. Look, my favourite tracks would have to be Scared. That's a catchy song. As I said, it's dedicated to Alice Cooper. It really sticks in your mind, that song. Yeah, it's got a really good chorus to it. Teasing and Pleasing, that's just a fun rocking song. It's nothing. it's nothing spectacular, but it's just a good fun song. Queen of the Nile, Queen of the Nile. That's a really great melodic song, and you can really hear Jason's voice really soar on this song. Is another and the other song is 10 Boots Stompin'. Now that is a classic. That, as I said, it's called 10 Boots Stompin', and the song literally does stomp along at a great rate. You know, it's got a really great guitar riff, a cool guitar riff running through it, and it's a type of song you turn up loud. You know, it really gets you going, this song. So look, the Dangerous Toys have released a couple of other albums. Look, I can honestly say I'm not going to get them. I'm not that interested in the band to get their catalogue, but this is a good debut, and this is their most successful album. And yeah, I've read mixed reviews about their next two albums after this. Yeah, apparently they changed their sound to a bit of a meaner, bit of a hardcore edge sound, which sort of divided a bit of the fans. But yeah, I'll just stick to this. It's a good little as I said, good little enjoyable piece of work, this one. Yeah, so this, as I said, took me a bit of time to get into it, but it does grow on you in a way. Yeah, no, I just can't get over the bass. The bass play is really good, really good. Yeah, these guys they've toured with the likes of, I think they've toured with the likes of Lawrence and Slaughter. I think Slaughter they toured with. LA Guns, I think, maybe LA Guns, but yeah, they've toured with a few of the sort of heavyweight bands. But yeah, it's a solid, enjoyable listen, this one. Yeah, so look, a ranking for this album, I'd actually give it an 8 out of 10. As I said, it grows on you after a while. The first listen or two, you think, I don't know, you know, nothing spectacular, but yeah, it's got a way of creeping up on you, this album, and yeah, and it's really enjoyable, actually. Yeah, so I should actually mention though, and this is on a bit of a somber note. It's a bit of a sad note, this, but it was a couple of days ago, a famous guitarist, Eddie Van Halen, he passed away from cancer. You know, Eddie Van Halen was, if you don't know, he was the guitar player in the hugely, massively successful hard rock band Van Halen. And Eddie Van Halen was one of a kind as a guitarist. Some of the stuff he could do on the guitar was unbelievable, and a lot of bands and a lot of musicians actually cite Eddie Van Halen is one of the most influential guitar players. I do know for a fact that Phil Collen, the guitarist from Def Leppard, he cites Eddie Van Halen as a big influence on him, and there are plenty of others, believe me, plenty of others, and the tributes have just been flowing in. I've been reading on the internet. So an unfortunate passing away of a very talented musician, and not only could he play guitar, but he could play bass, keyboards as well, and he couldn't actually read music. I read Eddie Van Halen couldn't read music, but he self-taught himself how to play. But a very influential and a very talented guitarist, and he'll be sadly missed, but thank God he left behind a massive body of work, obviously with Van Halen. So yeah, ending on a bit of a somber note, but an unbelievable guitarist, and you know, he'll be up there in heaven right now, shredding away on his guitar, believe me, Eddie Van Halen. So yeah, just a little bit of a tribute to a great band, Van Halen, and a phenomenal guitar player. You will not see the likes of him around for quite a while. what he could do was unbelievable. So on that note, yeah, rest in peace, Eddie. And yeah, so that was my review of Dangerous Toys. So yeah, and I gave it a 8 out of 10. Yeah, so there we go. So thank you very much for all your support, and thank you very much for your kind words, and take care, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.